Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are live once again this week for another vidIQ channel review live stream where we're going to be taking a look at your YouTube channels and giving you and everybody here as much advice as we can based off those channels. So thank you so much for joining us. If this is your first time here, we have a poll running right now. I just checked. 54% of you said, yes, this is your first channel review live stream. I do hope you get your channel randomly selected. I'm going to explain how that works in just a moment. But first, I'm not alone today. Making their channel review live stream debut is Mr. John.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
There we go. There it goes.
You fixed it.
Yes.
Hey. John, how are you? Welcome.
I'm great, Dan. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, this is your first stream. It's already going well for you. What are you most excited to see?
I'm most excited to see how well or how not well I do with this.
You're going to do great. So if you don't know, John has been one of the faces here at vidIQ for a little while now, posting all kinds of videos. Most recently, some incredible content about editing your content. So if you're looking for some advice on editing your videos, we got you covered. So, John, we're going to explain how this works with everybody, give a few more quick disclaimers, and we will get started.
Welcome to the vidIQ channel reviews live stream. Simply fill in the correct form in the video description and your channel will be considered for review during a live stream. Channel reviews are free, so no need to send us a super chat, and don't spam us in the live chat. We'll ignore it and you may be put in timeout. If you need a channel audit right now, make sure to check out the vidIQ Coach AI tool that will help you with strategies, ideas, titles, scripts. Link in the description. It's a game changer. If you submit your channel for review, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, experience and passion as fellow creators. Thank you to all of our moderators who help us out on the live stream every week. You know who you are. Give us a like if you enjoy this live stream, subscribe if you love it, and share it with like-minded fellow creators. All right, let's get started.
All right, so that is Rob, by the way, if you are brand new to the channel. He's not joining us for this live stream, but he'll be back soon, probably a couple weeks from now. We are also going to do some housekeeping right now. It is Creator Appreciation Week here at vidIQ. This is something we're doing for you. And if you're interested in checking out our tools as well as our YouTube channel, you can now get 50% off of our Boost plan. The links are down below. The way that works is you can use code JustCreate for a monthly membership or JustCreate-YR for an annual membership, or you can just select the link below that's most relevant to you. We're going to be showing off those tools throughout the live stream. So just thank you. We appreciate you. And you can feel free to check that out. And then also special to this live stream, this is exclusive just for you guys. We're giving away 1 month of free one-on-one coaching to 5 people who purchase a Boost membership during this live stream. So that's all you have to do. If you were going to get Boost anyway, you will be automatically entered to potentially get a free month with one of our one-on-one coaches, someone you can lean on and get some advice from. It's awesome. It's an awesome deal. So 5 people can win that. All you need to do is purchase a Boost membership. You will be emailed sometime after the live stream is over about that. So with all of that housekeeping out of the way, John, why don't we get started? Are you ready to see our first channel?
Let's do it.
Okay. So we have not actually pre-selected anyone this week because we wanted to jump straight into random selections. We know how much you guys like that. There's going to be a couple ways to do random selections. We're going to start with the classic way, of course, by using the claw to pick out some channels. We have 2 forms down below, which I need to reload, evidently, so give me a moment. There is a gaming form and a non-gaming form. So if you're a gaming channel or gaming adjacent, go ahead, use that form. If you're not, use the non-gaming form. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Okay, so I've reloaded the form. We have 362 people on the non-gaming form, and that is where we're going to start this off. So I'm going to bump the claw to 362, and we're going to pick out number 269.
I knew it was going to be that.
Why did... okay.
298?
Wait, what, did I mess it up? 298, yep.
Yeah, 298.
Wow, what was... Okay. Jamie's allotment gardening, excuse me. Well, it's later in the day for me. Jamie's allotment gardening. They have almost 600 subscribers here on YouTube, 28 videos. Congratulations to you. 500 subscribers is that first tier of monetization on YouTube. So awesome to see that. I think John, just taking the channel in, this is the first time you're ever seeing it. What do you notice right off the bat?
Well, if you go back to home, the very first thing, yeah, the channel's home. The very first thing I saw was, I think that's Goku in there, like a Super Saiyan Goku.
This is definitely a
And
game. Block
yeah,
Tycoon.
and it's oh, that says for you, so that's probably not suggested for everybody. So yeah,
You
I was
do
just a
watch
little
a number of gaming videos.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So I was just a little confused at first. But if you go back to the videos, it seems like this is about gardening. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is.
I mean, I can kind of get it. I would probably want to see more imagery of garden stuff in the thumbnails. I would assume that would really grab me. Like, who was that gardening guy? Kevin. I think?
Kevin, yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to remember the name of the channel, but yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Kevin's gardening something or other. Kevin's garden.
It's a good
think
point as you look that up.
Epic gardening.
Epic gardening? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's bring this up. We like to do this sometimes because we have a gardening channel that is clearly talking
What's
about
up, guys? Kevin Spiritu here.
gardening. And we're seeing a lot of them sitting in kind of their like setup, you know, which is fine. Like if you're going to talk about something, you don't necessarily have to be outside in the garden, you know, but you'll notice that Kevin likes to put a lot of gardening imagery in the thumbnails and really give it that vibe. So right away, just looking at this channel, if you were to see any of these videos out in the wild, you would know immediately that this is someone talking about gardening in some capacity. So yeah, this was a good call out.
Yeah, I really like that channel. It actually got me one to start gardening because he builds these gardens like not in the ground. I forget what they're
Raised
called.
bed?
Yeah, the raised bed gardens.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought about doing something like that. But
so
anyway.
Yeah, when we look at the thumbnails here, what am I growing this year? Cluck-worthy allotment fence. So there's a lot of stuff about what am I growing, and this allotment fence is interesting, but we're not seeing the imagery for the things you're discussing. And I think that's going to be our first big critique here for this channel. You have some other ones that are more outdoorsy. Free compost anyone can get. That's kind of interesting. So you have someone standing next to compost. Shed build update. Also interesting, but I'm not seeing, like, there's a cartoon, like there's an animated like builder, but you know, he's kind of small. And I guess the shed kind of looks like it's under construction, but the angle you chose is the more finished side of the shed. So like these are things I'm noticing, John, that are just like the imagery is just slightly off for a thumbnail, which people are only going to take a couple seconds to like try to dissect before they continue to scroll.
Right. Yeah. The one that really caught my eye was that free compost one. But something I'm noticing is when they do these outside pictures, it's the text that's not popping anymore, and it's the white with the purple stroke. And like an easy rule of thumb is black and white text works. So if it's like white and it's a light background, throw a black, drop shadow or stroke on it, or the opposite, if it's a dark background, make it white. That's what I always go for, thicker text. But I noticed that the free compost is repeated in the title and thumbnail, which sometimes works. But in this case, some of the thumbnails have a lot of text, like the one with the barn. It's so far away. Like if that was on my phone, I wouldn't be able to read it.
Yeah, the text up here really tiny.
Yeah,
I would suggest as well. Yeah, while we're making some adjustments, more outdoor pictures that better depict the things you're actually doing in the videos. And then when you use text, nice and thick, tried and true. You almost can't fail with a white font with a black stroke on it. It's nice and bold, big bold font. So those, I would say those are the slam dunk kind of things we can recommend. That said, what's interesting about the compost video, this is an outlier for them. This is a newer vidIQ tool that if you just download this on your browser, you'll start to see these pop up around videos. And this indicates that someone is getting a lot more views than they normally would. So you'll see this all over the place too. If you're searching for different topics, videos that are outlier videos will stand out with like little blue chips like this, or even red ones for like the really big outliers. And this was one of those for them. It has over 1,000 views. And it's interesting. I wonder if this was posted somewhere else, because it does seem like maybe you could actually go get compost if you live in the area. So maybe you posted on like Facebook or something. So that could have been pretty interesting. But let's see what else we have. Will these still grow, or is it too late? Mega surprise from other allotmenteers. Is that what they're called? This has got 1.5K views. What's interesting is this is another one where it kind of feels like you're doing something out in the garden and you're involving other people. That one did really well as well. The last thing I think I'll say before we move on to the next channel is these gaming videos here. They do represent some outliers. And the thing that concerns me when I see this is that if these videos are bringing in new folks to your channel right now, but you're not going back to this type of content, you may want to unlist these, and maybe you make a different channel for your video game content. Because if someone subscribes from this video and then they get your latest video, they're probably not going to watch it. They might not even realize they've subscribed to you, because they remember subscribing to someone playing Roblox, and now you've kind of pivoted away from it. So keep that in mind.
Something I just noticed, I didn't know what allotment really was. I Googled it in the context of gardening, and it's a small plot of land that you can do with what you want with. And if the banner itself, because Jamie's allotment garden, I didn't know what that meant, just as a new person to this. If the banner itself had the name still, but it showed more of like a panorama of the allotment that he has or that he's working on, I feel like I would totally get it at that point, especially just seeing it all in one picture. So maybe something to consider.
Yeah, that's a good call out too, because that word I've seen. I'm a nerd. I play video games where they use that word because the game involves like farming, right? But anyone who's not familiar with it, if your goal is to get new people into this hobby, yeah, that is something that might need a little more explaining. Because I knew what this meant, but I'm trying to think, why do I know that? And it's because I have like a certain background and experience. So, all right, so that was our first channel. And if you're new here, that's how this works. We check out channels that we randomly select, and now we're going to check out a gaming channel. And for a very rare first time, we have significantly less gaming channels than non-gaming channels, which is hey, go non-gaming channels. That is awesome. Usually they're like tied. So 124. I will bump this up to 125, and I'll hope my eyes can read the number correctly this time, and we will pluck out to number 27. I hope. Oh. Or, okay, there we go. UlterMonster Wrestling. Correctly? And they have, oh wow, they're approaching 3,000 subscribers with 1,400 videos across the channel. On this channel, you will find full matches of WWE superstars. So that is their bread and butter. They are playing WWE superstars, and I assume, based on that and then the video lengths, that these are going to be full matches that they've recorded, just with different fighters fighting one another. Uploading a lot of content too. 3 days ago, 2 days ago, 1 day ago, 9 hours ago. So looks like we're uploading daily. And as we go back a little bit, 7 days ago, you had one here with 468 views. WrestleMania 40 prediction. Okay. So already, John, I'm seeing like that being like a video that stood out to me. And I asked myself the question, why did this one stand out?
I honestly think when you said the word prediction, that kind of caught my attention, even though I'm not so into it in any subject that has continued events. I think that's like a really cool angle. That's something super unique that they did.
That is what I think the audience picked up on this time. WrestleMania 40 prediction sounds like a very specific thing, whereas these other ones, I don't follow wrestling, right? Some of these names I recognize, but for the most part, you are simply uploading matches between two wrestlers. And after a while, it's kind of like, okay, I get what we're doing here. But what's really interesting is if you're going to make predictions based on either a fictional WrestleMania in the game or the real WrestleMania, and you're just using the game to make the prediction, those things seem to have like resonated with your audience in a much larger way. And so I asked myself the question, should this creator be uploading daily? That's obviously up for them to decide, but the daily content is taking away from, ideas like this, I would say.
It could be. I mean, it could be a lot. They seem to have their niche down. Like they know exactly what they want to do, and that's huge. And they definitely have a solid style. I mean, you know, it's pretty consistent all the way through. But maybe, maybe overdoing it a little bit could be hurting it.
Yeah, it is interesting. There are some standouts here. This one looks like all the other ones to me, but this one's an outlier. It has 1,000 views. It was posted 13 days ago. And if we scroll down, I'm just looking for more of those outlier chips. So Brock Lesnar versus Drew. I don't know how to say their last name. I apologize. This one was also McIntyre. Yeah, that shouldn't have been that hard. This one is also an outlier. So how many was that?
Correlate with current wrestlers and if they're like in the news or if they have an event coming up and that's why they get picked up, possibly. I don't know. I'm speculating here.
Or just the more famous the wrestler, perhaps, the better it does. But what I want to point out is that between this video and this video, there are 11 other videos that didn't quite make it to this level for them. And I think that is maybe familiar to some gaming channels here. So if you are adopting a strategy where you're going to post daily or almost daily content, this is kind of typical, at least in my experience from what I've seen, where you're posting and posting and posting, and every once in a while you'll get one that kind of outperforms. And then you're still doing the same amount of work and you don't know when that next one is going to pop up for you, where it's like, oh, that one did really good too. And so I would say study these videos and don't just study the titles and thumbnails. Go into your retention graph as well and see, did this one have higher retention? Like, why did this one do better? It could be the famous names. There could be some other stuff going on there. But I would be trying to upload a little bit less so that I can improve the quality of some of these videos, I think, because it's clear to me that there is an audience here, but you're not always speaking directly to their interests. And I think if you took a little break and then studied a little bit more, you might be releasing a lot more videos that are reaching these heights and hopefully more. I think the last thing I want to do before moving on, John, is just typing in WWE Superstars into YouTube search. So let's do it from here. And we can just see what kind of content pops up. It looks like it's not gameplay content. I could type in maybe game afterwards. Okay, maybe I don't quite understand. See, I don't follow wrestling, so I don't know.
Yeah, this one's a bit difficult. When I saw the channel, I'm like, wow, it's kind of together. I'm not sure what advice to offer on it.
The game is W2K24. I'm sorry, 2K24. The thing in every single video title. Here we go. Okay, so what is working right now for folks uploading this content? 16 more things you might not know in WW2K24. This is a channel that's getting almost 10,000 views here 4 hours ago. This outlier score did pop up. It's not quite there yet, but I mean, 4 hours, 2.2 over 2,000 views per hour. Excuse me. And the channel has, well, this is WWE 300K subscribers, but this is one worth watching still. They are doing listicle style content with the game. IGN here, so we don't need to worry about that. 2K uploaded one, but let's see some other YouTubers. Massive outlier here for Jackie's highlight videos, but this was a real life one. Excuse me. See, the games look so good now.
I know, it's crazy.
30 things W2K24 did better than So another video where they're kind of not in the game, they're zooming out and they're just giving their opinion on something. Huge outlier here. 41X, the channel with 25,000 subscribers, but a video that got 213,000 views. This is the type of outlier that would make someone's mouth water, I think, if they discovered it in their niche, because we're talking about a channel that's getting so many more views than their channel size. Like, they are onto something here. And this is just them expressing their opinion about the new game. So this is a hot trend right now. And if our hero channel decided they wanted to like take a stab at that, I would do what I just did, search for the correct search term, WD2K24, and maybe some other stuff afterwards. Like, you can see the autofill here giving you all kinds of different, I want to say combo popped into my head because I saw heavy combo. So sure, combos. And you can start to dig into the autofill to try to like jump on a topic that's getting some search volume. And we'll show you a tool here in a little bit that can help you as well. In fact, I will just add that to my clipboard now so I can show you in a minute. So those were our first two channels, and we will take a slight detour before going to our next one because John, you asked an interesting question. It is Creator Appreciation Week, and so we want to know from all of you, is there a creator that you appreciate right now? Somebody inspiring you, someone who you love to watch because after watching them, you just feel energized. You feel like making your own videos. What do you think? Let us know. And John, I'll pose this question to you as people start to get their responses in.
Lately, I've been watching a lot of more relaxing creators, like creators that kind of find their soul in what they do. Like Casey Neistat's brother, Van Neistat. He has an amazing channel. I ended up signing up for his Patreon just because I wanted to see more of like his behind the scenes stuff. Some business related like motivation. Dan Coe, he's pretty awesome. And then I think my new favorite channel is it's called Digital Spaghetti. It's hosted by the owner of Patreon, Jack Conti. And the way that he interviews creators on Digital Spaghetti, it's incredible. He really goes into like how they do it, the deep dive into cinematic angles and what creative like solutions they made to what they do, just giving me ideas, and I find it really inspiring. So more of the inspiring route here lately.
That is awesome. I would say for me, I've been watching like swoop documentaries, like when I'm just like need to get out of YouTube advice mode, and she's excellent. Like,
yeah,
the reason I'm like specifically wanting to bring up this creator too, I thought about this for a little bit before the stream because I knew we'd be talking about this. I wanted to show you this channel, whether or not this is your kind of content. I want you to pay attention to the timestamps on these videos. A lot of them go over, I'd say all of them go over an hour. Some of them go up to 4 hours. And these are all incredibly well researched. There's no fluff in these documentaries. It's all like interviews with people and heavy, hard-hitting research. Just really well done. And the reason this is so cool, this channel, is because it just goes to show that if you make really excellent content, you can get a 4-hour video out to millions of people. And that, to me, that alone is inspiring to me, not to mention just the work that Swoop and her team do.
Oh, for real. Like there's so much work that goes into it. I kind of started watching her stuff maybe about 2 months ago. It was something I was hearing on a podcast that I watched. And I couldn't believe how much work went into that. And I think it was like once a month she would put out something, or once every month and a half. And it's definitely worth it. Like she really, really puts in the work, and of course her team.
So thank you for sharing all of the creators that are inspiring you right now. So I mentioned a second ago that you can learn a lot from keywords on YouTube. I'm not talking tags, okay? Like tags, come on, 2024. What I am talking about, though, are specifically keywords. And what's really awesome about keywords is that if you're trying to rank and search, like some of the channels we've seen today already, you could use probably a tool that helps break this down for you. So again, if you have Boost, you have access to all of the tools I'm showcasing today, 50% off, link down below. You can go ahead and type in anything and start looking around. And I want to show you the reason I'm bringing this up is for a very specific thing. So I have Stardew Valley, right? You can see it right here. I searched for it earlier. So Stardew Valley just had a big update. Once you type in a search term, this box appears that says questions. And the reason this is so cool is because these are questions that are actually being searched for right now around Stardew Valley. The top one being how to mod Stardew Valley. And the 1.6 update just so happens to be one that's heavily focused on modding because people who mod the game now have an easier time, right? And you can also see the overall search, the scores on these. The higher this number, the better the opportunity, basically. That means a lot of people are searching, but there's not a lot of people giving them the answers to their content or to their question. And this is just a sample. Like you can click to see all the different questions being asked about whatever keyword you throw in here. So are these video titles? Maybe not. I mean, you might take this video title or this specific how to mod Stardew Valley query, and you might throw it into the AI generator, for example, how to mod Stardew Valley. And this could give you something to go off of, a title, a description, a script. You got to let it think for a minute, but this is our AI content generator, and it is an incredible tool for this exact type of thing. So you can always use these tools together to try to help out. And let's see, we'll let that cook for a minute. And we can also, I will just have our next channel waiting in the wings, just to add more attention for you all. 511 now of the non-gaming channels. That is a very early stream record there. 358. 8 is Great Northern Exotic, Tropical and Desert Plants.
This sounds awesome.
Oh, hang it. Well, I apologize for that.
Their channel looks a lot like our content generator.
Huh, that's interesting. I might have to be on the page. Here we go. Ultimate Guide to Modding Stardew Valley. Popped up that time. So you'll get a description that you can use. You get a script you can use. It's also going to generate a sample voiceover and then some thumbnail backgrounds as well that you can choose to use. So this thing is awesome, and you, again, can use these all in conjunction. So you saw I typed in how to mod Stardew Valley, and it's suggesting the ultimate guide to modding Stardew Valley. Ultimate guides, you've probably noticed on the vidIQ channel, or something we're actually testing. We're starting to take some of our older videos and cut them into larger scale like guides that help you, through one specific topic of YouTube. And people are enjoying them. Like, ultimate guide is actually like a pretty hot term, as long as you're going to provide an ultimate guide. You really will want to dive deep if you're going to use a title like that. So those are just a couple of sample features there for you. Again, Boost right now, you're going to hear me talk about it a lot, but 50% off. And you could possibly get yourself a 1 month free subscription to our one-on-one coaching program. 5 people are going to win that who sign up for Boost today during the live stream. All right. So Great Northern Exotic Garden. Now, already, John, compared to the last gardening channel we saw today, these thumbnails are popping off. These are fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, they are. You really get the idea. I mean, that's definitely the point. The one that's really caught my eye is by these 5 plants with all the arrows. But it almost looks like 2 arrows are pointing at the same plant.
Oh, that is interesting. I don't know enough about plants to say the difference between each of these. Yeah, you know what?
It's just like really it's cool. Pointing at all grass. Just
yeah. Oh wow, those are all different blades of grass. Those are all different plants. Buy these 5 plants. So what's cool about this video? You've pointed out 13x. This is a massive outlier for them.
Oh, nice. Well,
so
I wasn't the only one.
Yeah, this is a great strategy. I mean, we already know arrows work pretty well on YouTube. I think these arrows pop nicely, especially the ones like on the lower left corner. I think the only thing about this is that I really wish this creator and a lot of us had the thumbnail comparison tool. Like, YouTube is rolling this out very slowly, and it's maddening. We have it here at vidIQ though, and the way it works is you can upload up to 3 different thumbnails, and YouTube will test the best ones. And so we give a lot of pretty, I would say, radical thumbnail advice for some creators that would represent maybe a big change to the way that they normally do thumbnails. And I worry about giving that advice because I don't want to steer anyone wrong. But now you'll be able to test that soon. So what I would suggest for this one is, what would this thumbnail look like if you have the 5 plants? What if it didn't have text and the arrows stood out more and you could see the plants? Maybe there's a different angle you could get so the plants could be a little bit larger. And I would have played around with that a little bit, because it is hard to see. If you do want to start to dissect the video from just the thumbnail, you do have to look very, very carefully, right, to see which plant is which. And I think they probably could have messed around with the pictures a little bit more. And because it says basically the same thing, the text in the thumbnail versus the text in the title, I would love to see a sample of this, like without the text, to see if we could make those arrows pop a bit more and draw even more attention to the plants. As a test. Again,
right.
If you had the comparison tool, you could be like, hey, I can try that and not, really harm the video's performance.
Something that I kind of dig about it is the hand. And I think that it might just be immediately recognizable, and that's why it caught me. But the whole POV like angle that they have on that's super interesting. I don't know. I just really like it. And maybe that has something to do with it too. Maybe something to consider.
It's, that's a good point. And it reminds me of a lot of the advice we're giving too about like channels that have like a lot of authenticity. They don't overproduce their thumbnails or anything. Sometimes they don't even have a custom thumbnail. They just let YouTube grab a screen grab. And certain types of content actually really benefit from that. We saw a channel just this week that was doing karaoke, and we said, don't even mess with these thumbnails. And they weren't using custom thumbnails, just the two of them sitting by their microphone. We're like, these actually give off the right vibe. These are perfect. So yeah, when you pointed that out, they don't have that in any other video. Maybe that's a test they could try. What if their next video, they found an excuse to put their hand in like that from their point of view?
Yeah. Can you scroll down just a little bit more? There's another one that caught my eye. The one that says leaking. It's got like a lot of negative space on the left, and I really like that. Maybe the text could do something different, but it's really cool how you can see in a lot of the other thumbnails, it's super busy, almost hard to distinguish what's going on. But that one is like, wow, it's really open, and you can identify what's going on. And I don't know, I really like that one too.
I like that one.
I'm caught on the thumbnails right now.
I know, I get it. I like that one. I like the one before it. Is this rot? And yeah, that just stood out to me too, because like there's only one thing for my eye to really focus on, and I'm staring at it too. I'm like, oh, what? I don't even know what that is. It does kind of look gross. What is that?
Yeah.
And again, this is working for them. When you see thumbnails like this that stand out to you, 6.6x. Look at that outlier right there. Got another one down here, 24x. Cactus Quest. Inside the greenhouse housing of the UK's biggest collection of, it says, well, no, it says words I can't pronounce anyway, so don't worry about that. It is quite a long title, but that doesn't seem to matter. It's doing very well.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a ton of stuff on the thumbnail too, but apparently, sometimes whatever works, I guess. I mean, like it's one of those things that doesn't necessarily draw my eye, but it's the topic itself probably that a lot of people really love.
Yeah. Let's take a look at just like the hook of their latest video. Just kind of see how it feels.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In this video,
I was watching videos very quickly earlier. Sorry.
I was gonna say maybe slow down a little bit, bro.
welcome back to the channel, everyone. In this video, we're going to look at when the right time is to unwrap some tender plants in the tropical garden, such as Gunnera and Musabastu. Let's get straight into the video. While you join me in a wet and dull mid-March day.
It's about 20 seconds in. What do you think?
I love it. The logo didn't take away from the video, so I didn't even mind it. A lot of people will do that cutaway and maybe some flashy whatever, but I mean, just jumped right into it. Immediately. Like, this is what's going on. It's so authentic. It's from his point of view. He's obviously holding the camera, and then he's like, let's get right into it. I'm like, okay, let's do it. I mean, I loved it.
You didn't ask me to subscribe. You didn't tell me that 60% of your viewers aren't subscribed. You didn't worry about any of that stuff. It's a no-nonsense intro. Today, we're going to do the thing that you clicked on the video for. Now, let's jump in. And it slows down a little bit here. I can tell, like, okay, so it's kind of a foggy day or whatever they said. But that's okay. I'm already on the journey with you. Like,
yep.
I actually like learning about the surroundings. It kind of starts to immerse me into the content. So that is, I don't know if that was intentional, but it kind of worked on me in that sense. So, hey,
Very
Great
well
Northern
done.
Exotic. Like, yeah, this is awesome. I am going to encourage you to test out different thumbnail styles as we start to get the new thumbnail tool. But I do want to say, your style right now is familiar to your community. You are getting pretty consistent views. Like, when you're not releasing these types of outliers, these are still really healthy numbers. For your subscriber size, this does not, this doesn't look bad at all. So this is really, really cool. And yeah, I think the only thing I'll say is, I don't know if you tend to do tutorials or anything like that, but kind of like the last channel we looked at, I speculated that perhaps they're trying to appeal to newer gardeners. If there's any video you can do that kind of opens up that total addressable market for you a little bit more, and you don't have to do this all the time, but you just talk about this from the perspective of someone who may be wanting to make a garden in their own yard, but they don't even know where to start, that might be an opportunity for you. All right. So let's look at another gaming channel we now have on the gaming forum. 419. How did that happen? Gaming channels. Go. 386. And we have TheSaltyVet. All right. They say they do mostly clip montages. World of Tanks gameplay now. Okay.
Man, I'm glad you're here because I wouldn't have known what that was. The WOT.
It's WO is always world of. And then my brain started to do the work. It can only be so
Oh,
many
okay.
things.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Okay, so we haven't looked at what. Okay, they said long form content. Yeah, normally I try to remember what the heck they want us to focus on. So they did say they're long form videos. All right, so a couple things off the bat. Latest video, I'm glad you got away from using the same exact thumbnail over and over again. Thumbnail wallpaper, not doing a whole lot of favors here. I get that it's kind of like a series that you're doing, but it's really important, I think, if you're going to do a series of any kind in gaming, that the thumbnails and the titles work together to tell maybe a little bit of a story. If you want me to watch all the parts of the series, show me a little bit of the journey, you know, that you're wanting to take me on by having a really like interesting title and thumbnail that kind of play off each other. I can give you an example in a little bit. The latest videos got away from doing that, and I think maybe because the series is over. A noob tries loot boxes for first time. 50 emerald loot boxes. That one did very well for them, which I'm not surprised. Videos like this tend to do really well. I mean, you obviously drop some money on this, or you earn those over a lot of gameplay. Either way, people are always interested in seeing, oh, you know, what are they going to get? So that's awesome. I don't know if you could do that every single video. I wouldn't advise that, but that worked really well. And then the next video, I got to be honest, John, I don't know what is going to happen in that video.
I'm not so sure either. I guess Forest Spirit Domination. Yeah, maybe it's because I'm not so familiar with it. I don't know what the journey would be either. But compared to the one like right before it, it doesn't quite allude to what's going to happen or what it's about. Domination over, is that around 4K damage? I guess.
I guess.
Eliminations.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with the game, I guess that would make a whole lot of sense if that's really what you're trying to push with it. I see it in the thumbnail, a little tiny thing there. Maybe that would be more of the focus in the thumbnail.
I want to do a search for World of Tanks, and not because I'm trying to learn more about the game, but I want to see how other people title their videos, because this feels like a huge missed opportunity to explain very clearly to the viewer what's going to happen in the video. I think you focused way too much on the model of, I assume, tank that you're driving around in, and not the value that's actually behind the video, right? So let's just see. So this one has a model in it, like a model number. First look, okay, so version 2, first look in World of Tanks. So even as a layman to this topic, I can dissect this. This is the model of the tank, and you're giving us a first look at it. If these tanks are locked behind microtransaction paywalls or something like that, this probably has a lot of value, because if you're going to drop money on this, you want to know what the heck you're buying. So let's see. Get Commander Splinter. Oh, that's interesting. Let's just keep scrolling. I don't want to get too distracted by. Okay, that's from World of Tanks. That's why I'm.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's the official channel.
Yeah, most damage in 2023 in World of Tanks. All right. Okay, now perfect video. Here's why. John and I know exactly what that video is about.
Yeah.
The damage is nice and clear in the background. The tank looks awesome. Everything is firing on all cylinders. If your video is about getting a certain amount of damage, which it looks like it does, cover that. That is probably what you want to focus on. I see it. Look at the tiny text in the bottom there. 5 limbs, 4,000 damage. So they threw it in the thumbnail, but it was like the smallest part of your packaging. It couldn't have been more invisible, in my opinion. I'm saying that because it might as well not be there. It's such small text. It's hard to read. So this was probably the selling point of the video, and it got kind of hidden. So when you're doing thumbnails, I know that the thumbnail we just looked at for World of Tanks, I'm trying to go forward here so I can see it now, but it's I know that this takes a certain level of design, right? Like you have to have some skill to produce a thumbnail like this. I'm not trying to say that your thumbnail should look exactly like this, but I think this is the best way to learn photo editing, like Photoshop editing or whatever software you want to use. Try to replicate a thumbnail that you like, and obviously put your own flair on it, put your own topic and spin on it. But if you can remake thumbnails like this, if you can continue to try to get better and better and better at making thumbnails, before you know it, your thumbnail game will improve by like 50% after a while, right? And then even if you're still not at this level, you're still going to be ages ahead of where you were at this time, a few months from now. Or who knows? Maybe you're a fast learner. Maybe it's days or weeks for you, depending on how much you want to focus on this. But thumbnails that make you stop scrolling are everything on YouTube.
I started looking at the forest spirit just to see what that was, and a lot of the stuff is like best of forest spirit. Yeah, it's best of forest spirit. Yeah, a lot of those are just best of, and then there's a lot of focus on skins as well. The forest spirit domination thing didn't really pop up, and I was trying to see if there was another video where that's like a focus, but it doesn't seem like it's popular enough of a topic to where people would people might make a video about it, sure, but it's not popular enough to pop up in search at all. So maybe hopping in search a little bit, looking through the keywords. I think there's a tool that we might have for that, but no, for real. It didn't show up in anything in search. Just from a layman, I didn't know what it was, and I couldn't figure it out either.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And this is the thing. Like sometimes, if you cover new games, for example, right? What's the problem with new games? It's that they have no one knows about them, especially indie games, right? So as YouTubers, if you want to play a new game, and maybe you want to do a service for that indie developer, you want people to find this game, but you're a relatively unknown YouTuber and they have a relatively unknown game. This is not a great match, right? However, if you can do some searches and try and figure out games that are like this game, you try and figure out what is the audience who would play a game like this typically watch on YouTube, and you can try to pick apart and figure out what title and thumbnail might work, maybe by not using the name of the game, but by using other comparisons that more people will be familiar with. Like, oh, I like World of Tanks, and you're saying this is like a better World of Tanks. That's really interesting. And I say that because in this case, if the Forest Spirit is not very popular, what if you teased that it was one of the best tanks? This is the best tank in World of Tanks, or most underrated tank, or something like that, right? Like you are trying to claim you're getting a lot of damage from it. I assume 4,000 is a lot of damage. So maybe that was the angle for you. So hopefully, and I'm not just, I want you to imagine your channel when I'm saying this, right? Like if you don't relate to World of Tanks, I get it. That's fine. There's a lot of opportunities if you feel like your topic is unknown to try and reach an audience that would still want to watch it, but you got to do the research. All right, silence from John means we're ready to pick another.
No, I was looking at the rest of his channel, and it does look like there was a pretty extreme pivot 1 month ago
Right.
from a lot of different types of things. I was seeing if because he was in the Navy, and I was wondering if he adds his own commentary to things that kind of bring a unique perspective to these games. Just from the description. But then I saw that he's kind of figuring it out as he goes. So I mean, this is a lot better than a lot of things that I've seen. There's definitely a direction in what you want to do, and that's great. You definitely have a cool edge that a lot of people don't have, and maybe consider that you can bring something to the table with that type of commentary if you're willing to talk about it.
That's a fantastic suggestion. If that's something they want to do. Brandon is their name. So thank you, SaltyVet, for sharing your channel with us, and best of luck. We are going to pick another channel from the forum, and then we might launch a new way to pick channels just for a little bit. So, okay, 572 now. Thank you all for submitting your channels. 342.
Guys.
Curtis Snapshot, nature photography. This is, what's wild is this is the third channel that in the non-gaming category now that's not that is about like plants in some capacity.
Yeah. Well,
nature includes animals
nature.
and stuff too, but I assume
Yeah,
those are just
nature in
plants.
general. Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Dude.
The first thing when we see photography channels, the first thing we have to make sure is that their thumbnails are on point, because you're going to be judged a little more heavily than other creators. And I'd say this creator is doing an excellent job. Photography, thumbnails, boom. Clear
Incredible.
messaging, 7-day challenge, 2 years later, worth it. Just not looking at the titles, I'm already curious. And POV wildlife photography, like that's already being communicated really well, the way you did that thumbnail.
Yeah, I know I said this about the hand and the gardening thing. Maybe it's just something that's starting to pick up, but this is such a unique thing. Like the camera in the bottom right, I've never seen anything like that. That is so cool.
Our own vidIQ tool in the browser here is going wild, showing us all of your outlier content. 2,000 subscribers. Don't let anyone tell you that YouTube doesn't like small channels. I'm saying small relative to the views here. 23,000 views. A video from a month ago. Unexpected encounters of photography story. Incredible work. We got to watch one of these.
Yeah, it's. I'm watching the first one, just checking it out. It's cinematic filmmaking. It's about photography, but it's made in a cinematic style. I clicked on the art of discovering owls.
Music's
It's running the snowstorm, but heading down to Collingwood a day early. Turns out we got caught right in the middle of it. No turning back at that point, so we picked a lane and embraced the snowy chaos.
So I want you guys to imagine for a second the process for making this content. Okay, how did they do all that? They went on a trip, and the intent was to do photography and film things, but in order to make the content good, they probably had to focus on a lot of stuff. So they're not doing their commentary in the car. Maybe they do some, but the commentary happened after the fact, because he's sitting on a couch, nice and warm, telling us the story after the fact. So the trip was spent gathering up B-roll and things like that, really like the creator really immersed themselves into the environment. And then they did the script and everything after, the event happened, and they've put it all together into this amazing masterpiece of a video.
Yeah.
Now, that might seem like bad news for some, but for me, that's a perfect setup for some epic adventures.
And the creator comes across really authentic and real, despite how incredible the editing is. And, John, like one of the, things we've been kind of noticing about YouTube is like people aren't looking for Mr. Beast levels of like editing these days, right? Everyone's saying that. This is next level like filmmaking here.
Yeah.
Still managing to feel really, it just draws you in, and it doesn't feel overproduced,
Right. It is so well done. I can't stop smiling. I'm just like, wow, I'm jealous. Is what it is.
Right.
This is so awesome.
482 likes, 89 comments, tons of positivity in the comments. So I point that out too, because sometimes, was this content like posted somewhere else? Like it has a lot of views. I mean, this is pretty decent engagement for the amount of views it has, I would say. And yeah, I mean, again, this is another vidIQ tool. If you have it installed in your browser, you will see in Firefox, Edge, Chrome, whatever you use, you'll see all of these tools pop up, and you'll get even more insights here. So outlier video, and this is it. Like I can't tell you how many times I've seen a graph like this on like these types of videos that are marked as outliers too. They start out normal for the channel. They maybe even dip for a little bit, and then suddenly they reach what I assume is a new audience. I bet you if you look at this creator's analytics, this section of the line represents a lot of new viewers.
The typical, the gray, the cone of shame, as some call it. Yeah, it is so small right there at the bottom. It's almost like non-existent. This is
right.
that is an outlier. Like that's what it looks like. That is so awesome, man. Wow.
I think what's working for this channel really well is it says unexpected encounters, and I feel like the thumbnail is kind of delivering on that, right? Because you can see they have encountered something, and it's an owl, but like there's just enough intrigue there to make me go, okay, that's kind of a cool. How'd they get that photo? Did they really get the lens that close? Like, were they able to get this close to this animal? And and the video is 22 minutes long. My imagination is already like starting to go and like, how many more really cool shots do they get? So if I'm like an outdoor enthusiast, I'm excited. Or if I'm just someone who enjoys this kind of storytelling, you're not going to find me out in the snowy forest. I'm sorry, but I would watch that entire video, that like twice over. I can already tell just from the first few minutes, like the incredible work.
I got curious and clicked on the one of the duck, and I wanted to see if in the view screen it was the duck. It's not, but I just thought that would be so funny.
What's kind of cool though is we get like our promise delivered, POV wildlife photography, and that's what they did.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
Look at how the camera they're using to film their camera is like eye level too. It's probably a GoPro or something, but again, like getting the amount of work they're doing and making it look like, no problem.
Wow, man.
If you are a photography enthusiast, like you are getting all the itches scratched right now. That had information about the lens they were using. Like, is that going to?
He brought a bazooka, apparently.
This channel is delivering value on value. They are, you can just tell from a minute of watching their content, excellent storytelling, and they understand their audience really, really well. If they're going to do videos about photography, this is the information that photography enthusiasts want to see. You have the ISO, the f-stop, the size of the lens, everything is here.
Yeah. I mean, it's not only like it's great at storytelling. Like that's what captures, that's what gets me. But then it's like, but I'm going to teach you a little something too. It's like storytelling, education, adventure vlog is what it says on the banner. It's, apt, very astute description.
Yeah. I got to say, like, giving advice to a channel like this is, I would say, challenging at best. It's incredible the work they're doing. This is a channel that I want to learn from. What I will say is that 23,000 views from a month ago. I'm not going to recommend that you up your production schedule. I don't think you need to be posting more videos or anything like that. I would say that you should study these moments and really, again, look at your retention graph. How does the retention stack up against the previous video and the next video, right? And where are the dips in this video, for example? Where did people kind of decide they were done watching? Like, just really study stuff like this, because videos like this is how you really reach a lot of new viewers. But I think this channel is headed to, 10,000 subscribers very, very soon.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, for sure.
It looks like 4 months ago. No, even before that, they were getting in the thousands. But 4 months ago, right here is where things really started to just pick up.
And that, that could be consistency, like, oh, okay, finally YouTube, the algorithm really knows like what audience would like this channel the best. I tried to think of a better way to say that. But yeah, that one thumbnail where the lens is so close to the owl, I think that intrigue might have something to do with why that one picked up so well, because it's almost like, did he really get that close? And it looks real, but it's one of those videos that still delivers, even if he didn't get that close. I didn't check it out. I can't imagine the owl would appreciate that, but even if he didn't, it still kind of delivers on what you click. So it's not technically clickbait or anything, but I think that thumbnail probably had something to do with a lot of the initial interest.
Yeah. For
just
photography
one
channels
man's
especially.
opinion.
Yeah. Photography channels especially. It is going to come down to this packaging. I mean, we've seen a lot of photography channels, and I'm lingering on this one because of that. And I think the big difference between a lot of the ones we've seen in the past and this one is that, well, the ones we've seen in the past tend to use their YouTube channel as kind of a portfolio of their work, whereas this creator is YouTubing, right? Like they're doing vlogs, they're telling stories, they're making content for the YouTube audience, for a very specific audience. They understand their audience avatar. And in the past, we've seen photography channels who it just really seems like they put up their gorgeous portfolio work, but they haven't done the creator aspect of it. They haven't tried to draw people in. It's like, so you take nice pictures, but like what's the content about? You know what I mean?
Yep. I mean, this offers so much.
Yeah.
When you said, so it's tough for us to give advice on stuff like this, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what we're here to do.
We're just like fanboying over the, yeah,
for real. Got a subscriber out of me, that's for sure.
Curtis, thank you for sharing, and let's take another quick detour here. So again, Creator Appreciation Week, we are promoting our sale of our Boost tools. That's our full suite of vidIQ tools for half off monthly or annual memberships. As I struggle to find our banner here, because we're also offering to 5 of you, if you purchase Boost in this live stream, you'll automatically be entered to potentially get a month free of our one-on-one coaching plan. You will get your very own YouTube coach for a month for free. All you have to do is sign up for a Boost plan during this live stream. There are your checkout codes, or you can just use the links down below in the description. So thank you so much. And if you were wondering, well, what's the value of the Boost tool? You're talking about the value behind these videos. What about the Boost tool? We did look around our community, and we asked permission to share this with you. We have a couple people who were actually talking about that very subject. Spirit here is saying, I started a channel because I wanted to bring my ideas and stories to life that I've had in my head for a long time. I want these stories to be enjoyed by people and be entertaining. I currently use vidIQ Boost, and the best part is the built-in AI tools for the video editor, keyword generator, description generator, AI title generator that's built right into YouTube. This overall help, the overall help is the score rating to know I'm hitting each criteria for the search results. I want to point out, they mentioned editor, the video editor. I think they mean like the script editor. We don't have a video editing tool, just to be very clear. But they have the Boost plan. They're very happy with it. And then somebody else we wanted to point out actually got Boost from one of our giveaways that we did a while back. And this was their channel at the time of getting Boost. They won it from a challenge, and they just wanted to post an update of where their channel was standing. I typically only post weekly, but I've been sick, so I'm actually getting back into it this week. Taking the weekend to record. And then they followed up. I made a post on August 11th after I won a free month of Boost, so I felt an update was in order. Left is from August 11th, and the right is today. So there you go. We're seeing already a jump in their views, 73,000, 75,000. And then most recent update, they're at 120,000 views on their channel, 1.76K subscribers. So there you go. We just want to shout out those creators for sharing and letting us share their stories with you guys. So there you go. All right. Let's pop back over to YouTube. We've been selecting channels from the forum, right? So you guys are submitting, you're waiting for the claw to pick your channel. But now we're going to cause some chaos in the chat. Okay. I want you to get ready. The way this works is that hopefully your YouTube name is unique enough, because we're going to just try and find you via your YouTube name. We're going to give you a hashtag to put in chat in a moment. You're going to type that in. You only need to type it one time. If you type it multiple times, nothing happens. The tool doesn't pick it up more than once. But you type in the hashtag, and we are going to pick using a different tool now. So I just have to make the hashtag. I thought about this a little bit, John. I think the hashtag should be hashtag me.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3.
So it's up
12? 12 me's?
How many me's that is. I wish you luck. So there you go. If you
okay, it's 11. So it's it's 11. So it's 5 memes and 1 me.
So yeah, good luck to you. Again, you only need to use this very exclusive hashtag one time.
Okay.
If you find someone who's used it, you could just copy their message. But you have to make sure that they got it the right amount of times is the thing, right?
I'm seeing. It seems like a lot of people got it.
Yeah, no, it's 141.
Not
yeah, we can draw it. So
they missed. Oh, sorry, not enough. Up too much. Hey, I know that guy.
Let's see. I'm gonna give you guys a couple, just like another minute. I should really have put on some music for this. Let's see here. That's not. Let's see here. All right, a little bit of time.
By the way, since we're in a pause, if anybody's missing Rob, I got something special. He is actually here with us.
Oh, you got Rob on the line.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, okay. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah. So now, you know, we don't have to miss Rob
Does he talk?
this time. No, he's pretty silent here lately, but
okay.
I'll just
See, I have an
go ahead
AI
and-
Rob, and my AI Rob talks.
He kind of looks like a missing person.
When you put
know,
him on
like-
a cork board, yeah, it does give missing person for sure.
Oh man. Oh, whoops.
All of your
I
sound
guess
effects at
that's
once. Okay,
that's-
so I think 332 memes is probably good enough. Let's go ahead and hit the draw button now, and we'll see who we're gonna pick. You got your confetti ready? That rhymes.
yeah, it does.
It is
Confetti.
MangoWorks. Okay, now that's a pretty unique sounding name.
That's Mango.
So late. I'm so sorry. MangoWorks.
Magna.
MangoWorks. It's even like a mango avatar. I
I
am a
was
dumb
gonna say.
person. I apologize. You guys can go ahead and now you can meme me. Okay, so your gaming channel, 874 subscribers, 44 videos.
Nice.
Look at this. Okay, it looks like some Geometry Dash, which is somehow. I just gotta say, as a fan of video games, I do not know how this game is still popular, but congrats to Geometry Dash for still being so relevant after all this time. All right, this will be one of the channels I think where we need to look up and see what Geometry Dash channels are doing currently.
Okay.
However, okay, wow, this is not a lot of videos. Their third video became an outlier for them. Why Stereo Madness is the perfect tutorial level. 2-minute video. And it is about, I assume, the perfect tutorial level, or maybe a perfect tutorial level from the game. I don't play this game, so I'm not quite sure. I think I played it once years ago. 1.8K views 4 months ago. Imagine your third video getting 1.8K views. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. You know, these I always go to the thumbnails, but these are like really, really nice, simple, like there's room for everything type thumbnails. So kudos on that. They're not too busy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So there's a few things they're trying too. So Dash, but there's way too many effects. Geometry Dash 2.2. Obviously a challenge video, right? I have two problems with this thumbnail though. With the packaging rather. I think this thumbnail could have been maybe a split screen or something, and you could have showcased like one very distracting effect in like each screen or something. Like you could have been more specific about which effects you were using and had the thumbnail play a little game with that, right? Again, maybe you could test that one day when we get the thumbnail testing tool. The other problem I have with this video though is it's 35 seconds long. And I gotta say, when I see gaming challenges, normally people are willing to kind of like sit down and watch a 20-minute challenge video if you're really going for a specific goal. So there's too many effects, and that's phase one of your challenge. What's the goal you're trying to complete now? So I'm trying to beat this many levels or do this thing, or else, right? And then you can add some stakes to the video. But let's watch a few seconds of this video. Okay, so
I get it now, at least.
I think I get it. Like, but is it video editing effects, or did they?
I thought it was
game.
I thought it was video, but now I don't know the game very well, so I guess
Right.
you can do video effects on the game, maybe.
Because imagine if you could add those effects and you're trying to play the game, but it's almost impossible because the screen is jumping around like mad. You know? I'm gonna give this channel, if that's something that you want to try, I'll give this channel like a little bit of advice. If you were to take your game and record it through OBS, you could actually add effects on OBS and record, and you're gonna play the game through the OBS window with all the effects on it. And so that could already be like a whole different experience for you, because yes, it looks like cool video editing, but were those effects actually making it difficult for you to play the game? It doesn't seem like they were, So what if you added effects that made things impossible for you to watch, right? I watched a Doug streamer. He did this. He was playing Super Mario World, but like they had the screen bouncing around like the DVD logo, and then it would speed up when certain things happened. It became really difficult for him to actually try and play the game because he used his tools that he had to just make the screen absolute chaos. So that is something that this creator could try if they want to do challenge style videos. But the last thing I want to do before we move on to the next channel is just type in Geometry Dash and just see what people are doing these days. Way too hard. So they're talking about a level that's incredibly hard. And this is from a channel called Daily Dose of Geometry Dash. I assume pretty big following, but you know what? Not insurmountable. 44,000 subscribers. Video with 54,000 views from a day ago. That's pretty awesome. And I would say something to pay attention to. There's an outlier video here. This is from 6 years ago, though. We gotta pay attention to the stuff that's more recent, for sure.
I don't know if it's that guy right there. I don't know if it's specifically Geometry Dash, though. It seems like maybe he is a popular YouTuber that might cover more than just that.
I got you.
Yeah, because he's almost at 1 million subscribers, but that's the one that stuck out to me. Yeah, it looks like he does. Well, I don't know. He does a lot of Geometry Dash. So
yeah. A lot to learn here from other creators who are playing the game, though. This is a massive outlier for this channel. So, pay attention to the thumbnails, the themes of these videos, and good luck to you. It's a competitive space, right? So you will have to innovate. But notice some of these video lengths. Some of them are short. Some of them are quite a bit longer. So good luck to you. Let's do the giveaway tool again. So that was MangoWorks. I'm going to draw again 355 of you. And it is FlashJesus. Okay. I can't find my cursor because of all the confetti. There we go. 585 subscribers. We found your channel. No problem. They're doing a Nuzlocke run of Yakuza. Okay, so unless this came from somewhere else, I understand Nuzlocke to be a Pokemon challenge whereby if you lose your Pokemon, that you don't get to use them anymore, and there's a few different rules and stuff you have to follow. So they're playing a different game and applying this challenge to it, which I think is a pretty cool idea. I attempted infinite wealth with only linebackers. I beat Yakuza using only dragon style. So these latest videos from a couple months ago, a few weeks ago, didn't quite do it, but look below that. 10,000 views, 1.8K, 37,000 views. Playing Yakuza 0 with only Beast and Slugger style. I would be curious to know how long it took this video to hit that. Okay, here we go. This can absolutely happen for you. So the first few days of this video being published, 1,000 or so views. This video is 46 minutes long. Okay, so if people are enjoying it and they watch it through, it's going to accumulate watch time. And when that happens, YouTube typically starts to find some new viewers for it. And I think that's what happened here. Now, that doesn't mean all of your videos should be 47 minutes long. You have to have good quality content. Your content should be as long as it's supposed to be. But excellent work here. So not only did you do a challenge that resonated with the audience for this game, you managed to accumulate a ton of watch time and really captivate people for a really good long time before the video finally kind of tapers off up here. And this doesn't look how many times the video tapered off and then came back too, just based on that graph. So this video could continue to bring you a lot of new viewers. So you'll have some hits and misses, but I want to encourage you to continue doing these types of challenges. And you could even do similar games too. You may not have to play only this game when you do stuff like this. Let's just watch a few minutes and we'll hear John's thoughts on. I want you to pay attention to like the intro and everything else, and let us know what you think.
Yakuza 0, probably my favorite game of all time, and I just want an excuse to play it again. But for your entertainment, I put a little twist on it. Today we see how I beat Yakuza 0 with only Beast and Slugger style. Before we get into it, we just have a few rules to follow. Number 1, once I unlock the required styles, I'm not allowed to switch styles at all. Number 2, gear and accessories are allowed, but no weapons. Objects that I grab from Beast style, though, are fair game. And number 3, I have to play on the hardest difficulty, which I have Legend mode unlocked, so that's what I will be playing on. This challenge is more so for having fun than to be difficult. as I want to make sure this video comes.
This is great. What do you think?
Yeah, like my only comment would probably be to just get to the rules a little bit faster. I mean, I know throwing your own personal reasons and stuff in the beginning can help build comfortability with the audience. So that's cool too. If I was just coming straight in, I would just be like, I clicked for this reason, and then it's like, okay, here are the rules. Okay, I got it. I immediately know that this is what I'm getting now. When you get to the rules, or I think right before that, you actually announced the title of the video. So that could be okay too. But I'm being like super duper picky, like if I had to say something, because this
Right.
is okay. It's fine. Like there's nothing super wrong with it.
Right. The reason I like it is because it got in pretty quick, and then because I expect it to be a challenge video, I did expect some kind of rules, and I got those. And you didn't just put them on screen, you explained them well too. So again, I don't play this game. I don't know much about it. I don't know what these styles are, but I feel like I'm already kind of getting the sense of the game, even as a new viewer, which is awesome. So I think they're doing a lot of really good work here. I'd say the editing is really good as well. So
Yeah,
awesome work.
a lot of the game footage was pretty cool. That definitely had. I don't play the game either, but
Yeah,
it's like, this is pretty. It's pretty dope.
so I can tell you're still trying different challenges. The video lengths are sometimes 45 minutes, sometimes 17 minutes, but like, keep it up. I know sometimes it's going to be a little bit frustrating. I'll give you one idea that I've seen. There's a number of creators doing this thing where they try and cross a map in a straight line. I've seen it with Zelda. I've seen it with Skyrim. I've seen it with, there's another one too. If this game is an open world style game, which I think it is, you could try that challenge. And you just try and cross in one straight line. I'd watch some of those videos first, see how they're kind of put together. But when you're playing games where you're trying to jump on challenges and stuff, look for trending challenges in other games that you could bring in here. And if you're doing Nuzlocke, I assume you're already doing that, but look for ones that are a little more current, because Nuzlocke has been around for a very long time. So, FlashJesus, thank you for sharing your channel. Let's pick one more me channel, and we'll shift gears. I know people are tired of seeing it in chat. So let's see. We have 366 entries, and last me channel for a bit. It is Rudderless Media. Okay.
Rudderless Media.
Let's see, 3.7K subscribers. They are a travel channel. We are day trip, road trip, and weekend getaway experts. Okay, awesome. So 11 days ago was their last upload. We have 20 views from a month ago. Okay, so view counts, I want to say those are shorts, but they're not. They're just over a minute long, which means they cannot be eligible for the short shelf. So keep that in mind if you're doing vertical content and you're trying to get on the short shelf. It has to be under a minute long.
So I typed it in over here just to see what the trailer was, and the footage is amazing. It's like really, really great footage. It's cinematic. It definitely delivers on exactly what the channel's about. So it makes me like concerned about the thumbnails themselves. For some reason, they have like a consistent style to them, but they're like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a travel vlog. Those thumbnails don't to me. Like for instance, I saw in the trailer there was like food and stuff like that, and if that was like a main focus, you could really make the food pop out, because a lot of these are, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see like here's 3 things that are happening in the video. Like there's 3 sections, and focusing on one I think might grab people than overwhelming them from the thumbnail. Like if you basically you're saying if you click on this thumbnail, this is all you're gonna get. There's a ton of content in here, but that muddies the waters a little bit. People I'm just gonna click on this other thumbnail, like the next video. The thumbnails aren't getting across how amazing your video quality is, in my opinion.
Yeah. I want to point out for this specific one, Have you guys seen those thumbnails where a creator will do something and they'll put an arrow pointing and they'll say me, and they'll be really tiny and there'll be something really big next to them. And there's a lot of negative space in those thumbnails. It's for scale, right? Well, there's this coin looking thing right here.
I was thinking like a giant waffle maker.
Yeah, and this would have been like a perfect opportunity to replicate that kind of thumbnail where you have a picture of you standing next to it, and you do the arrow thing, me. And
Yep.
what's kind of cool is like these other photos are kind of like cropped and they don't tell me much, but that coin one stands out to me. I'd almost recommend this creator try a different thumbnail on this one just to see, because it couldn't hurt anything. But I think going forward, I'm just going to give you some very direct advice here. Let's stop using this border on your thumbnails. I get that you're trying to brand your thumbnails, but it's not really helping. I think it's taking up a lot of very valuable real estate on your thumbnail. If you want people to, here we go, John's got you. If you want people to see more about your channel, right? They're going to get to see that from the channel being like linked at the bottom of the video. They're going to see that by clicking on the video and learning more about you. Exactly.
Something like that. And I saw like in the actual thumbnail, there were people like this tiny on this thing. So yeah, it would definitely work. Of course, this guy, he might be a little tinier, but you know, that's just me being picky. We can just make him, yeah, like that. Beautiful.
Why do all of them play at once?
Because I added them, but I forgot to turn off the restart thing in OBS.
So yeah, do you agree the borders are probably not helping?
Yeah. Now I don't want to say like Canva's bad or anything, but it does seem more of like a Canva type template that a lot of people might use. I don't think I've ever seen this one in particular, but I do think like I understand the importance of consistency in thumbnails, but yeah, it's just getting in the way of something that you could make super amazing, like that fish one down there.
Oh yeah, there's another opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that could have been so cool, you know. Just a thought.
So we're saying that the videos themselves look amazing based on that trailer we saw. It's the packaging that may be holding you back. And I would say the fish one's actually an interesting call out because it has more views than a lot of the videos around it. And it might be because at least this part is very easy to kind of see and understand.
It's clear. Yeah, there's negative space around the fish. It's yeah.
Yeah. So that did work out very nicely here. But yeah, just something to consider. Okay, so that was Rudderless Media. We will get back to looking at your channels in just a moment. We'll do some rapid fire audits if you guys are up for that. That means your channel has a chance of getting picked, but it has just as much of a chance of getting not picked as soon as we see it. We'll show you how that works in a little while, but we got a whole bunch of super chats. Now, super chats cannot buy you a channel review, but we're happy to take some time and answer some questions. So we're moving right along here. I don't know how many more of these we can take today. We already have a handful though. So John, the first one here comes from Cliffhanger DK. Newborn baby can only post bi-weekly. Wasted time. I'm also a Boost member. Will the iOS app update include web features like blueprints? Thanks.
Is the baby wasted time? Is that what I'm like?
If they can only post bi-weekly, is that a waste of time?
No, definitely not.
Congrats on your newborn baby, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't think that's a waste of time at all. A lot of people post like, man, I just love Swoop. Like Swoop posts like every month and a half. You know, if you are making great quality videos, people will wait for it. It's not a big deal to take a month even. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah, not wasted time at all.
Thank you for being a Boost member, by the way. I don't have a direct answer for you on your question about the blueprint feature coming to iOS. I am unfortunately not on the product team. That's a very good question, though. I do invite you to email support@vidiq.com. Someone there can definitely answer that. I want to say it will, but I can't say that for sure. So I just don't want to misguide you there. But thank you for your super chats. Free Game Pass Hunters says, glad you guys are doing this after normal working hours. I normally miss your Tuesday live stream. Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. We have another Thursday live stream coming up next week of something really special planned for that as well. So you'll definitely want to join us for that. The Glamour Circus says, oh, they became a YouTube member. Sorry. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member.
Thanks.
the channel name's long, so I thought there was like a message attached to it. Thank you for being a member. Anna's Gaming Corner. What's the difference between AI channel audit versus GPT-4? So our AI powered tools do have GPT-4 under the hood, but our tools link to your YouTube channel. So they have direct access to your YouTube data and can give you relevant information based on what you're doing on your channel actively. You don't have to sit there and tell it forever, no, I make this kind of content. So that is the key perk there when you use our AI tools. Tech Time with Eric says, I've gotten a lot of great... Sorry, this one's gonna take me a minute. I've gotten a lot of great. I got from you guys. I'm assuming advice. Seemed like a lot of growth this year. Thank you. You're very welcome, Eric.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your super chat. Nick Hine, a regular commenter and super chat here. I'm uncertain about the new AI marking in the studio. The options don't relate to my channel as content has nothing to do with reality, but the rules say AI voice should be marked. Any advice? Do you know what he's talking? I know he's talking about. Do you know what he's talking about, John?
Yeah, I get it. Like for instance, the other day, well, not the other day, but like a month ago, I made this video. It was the one I did over Christmas, the really long one, and like a small portion of that had a couple things that I did through Runway or whatever to kind of fill the space. It was B-roll, and so the video would be labeled AI, like it would label something about an AI, and it would kind of like cover a broad label, and it doesn't quite apply to the video. Now, this person's saying that the AI markings, like the options, don't really apply to their channel as well. It says that the AI voice should be marked, but that's if you are imitating somebody, I believe, like if you're using somebody's likeness or something like that. So if you use an AI voice, like a generated AI voice, doesn't need to be marked, and that's kind of tough to understand. Like it's tough to know.
What I would do in the meantime, so if you're worried about it, you could play it better safe than sorry and mark it just to be safe. But what I would do is probably join other creators on social media and ask YouTube for more clarity. When new tools like this come out and YouTube is trying to have you classify your content, they hear your feedback when this stuff happens. So go into the comments of their Creator Insider channel where they're talking about this, go into their Twitter, Instagram, whatever it might be, or probably Threads, and literally like say, you know, hey, I appreciate that you guys want to like help classify this, but I have this specific case and I don't know where I fit in. Can you please explain this a bit better? And if enough people do that, like you'll probably get an automated sounding response, but if enough people do that, they will hear you. They always do updates based off people's feedback. I know a lot of people feel like YouTube and big companies like that aren't listening, but they absolutely are. It just kind of takes, the larger the company, it kind of takes a louder voice. So there's probably other people asking this question to them, and I would just join them to try and like boost that a little bit more.
Yeah, in time it should.
And then Nick also gave us another one to say that they've been trying to reach out to our support about one-on-one coaching. So I'm going to screenshot this again, and I will join Rob in making sure that they get this. I apologize for that. Anna's Gaming Corner says, being the only female on specific game harder for growth. I want to say it shouldn't matter. It really should be down to the value that you bring to the community who watch content about that game.
Yeah,
honestly,
I agree. I mean, I don't know if that's a question or a statement. I think it's a question, but you know, I know certain games have certain types of communities, and it's tough to tell without knowing the specific game. But yeah, you're right, Dana. It shouldn't matter. Like that's ridiculous.
Yes, I don't want to I don't want to sit here and try to make generalizations or anything like that. But if you feel like the game you're playing doesn't have a lot of representation, you being there could attract an audience that feels more represented by you being there. You know what I mean? So
True.
Maybe it takes a little bit, but all the same advice that we're giving here to channels would apply, right? It's about making content that resonates with an audience. So best of luck to you. Mystery Master 3 says, I have noticed lately that when I try to upload new videos, I get an error message. saying YouTube has run out of memory. Do you guys know what's going on with this? How long are your video? I've never seen that message before.
Yeah, I haven't either. I mean, if you're trying to upload from a phone, like I've had sometimes it errors out if that's the closest thing, but run out of memory.
Okay. If it's from a phone, that could be your app. Like only so much RAM is allocated to it, perhaps. And your app is literally like running out of memory because of the length of the video or something like that.
YouTube app is run out of memory. That makes sense to me. Yeah,
Okay.
If it's from a phone, if it's from a computer, I am so sorry, but I have no idea what that would be.
So a couple options for you. Go on Google and search for this question and throw the word Reddit after it so you can find some real people who are talking about this. Alternatively, go to Gemini or another AI that has like access to internet search, and you can ask it this question and it can do that search for you. But you want to find some real people who have found a solution to this, because I've certainly never encountered this myself.
The good old Reddit search trick.
Taru.
Oh,
go ahead.
I was going to say, it's a shame that that's what searching has become nowadays. Like the internet is going back to the late 90s. It's so bogged down with crap.
I posted a video and a short about it. Short got 6,000 views. And the actual video got 53 and 128 impressions. Too low impressions for my channel. No suggestion. Nothing. All 53 views came from the short video itself. Okay. So it sounds like your video resonated with people in YouTube Shorts, but long form wise, it didn't do well. Unless people found it through Shorts, which makes sense. So I'm going to say that the topic you're covering, the way you packaged it, it's not when YouTube recommended it to that 128 people and they didn't really click on it, it stopped recommending it. It has something to do with the way the video is packaged. Now, maybe you have an expert thumbnail and an amazing title. It could be the topic isn't resonating with people as much. Maybe it worked in Shorts, it's not working in long, but it's a different audience. Just keep that in mind. Just because you get views in Shorts doesn't mean you're entitled to views on long form content. Think of it as two different audiences. You're hoping, because you're doing the same thing for each audience, you're hoping there's some crossover, and obviously there's a little bit. You got 53 views from the short, but you really have to consider the long form viewing audience and what makes them click. And we've been looking at thumbnails and titles all day, and you can kind of see what's kind of getting our attention, right? Best of luck there. J Money Crypto says, thank you guys for the streams. The channel reviews have been a ton of help watching over the last year. Also, one-on-one coaching has been great. Thank you, J Money. Appreciate that.
I got to use it.
Asher Dipray, I think I'm saying that right. I am in like crisis mode, and audit would be super. Would love to help you out with that. We cannot put these behind a super chat paywall, but I do hope your channel comes up on the random selections. If not, take notes. I encourage everybody here to take notes and try to apply the advice we're giving to some channels to yours. AIGN, thank you for your super chat. Living Free Alaska says, I monetized in 5 days, but as soon as I was approved for ad revenue, my views and subs dropped drastically. How can I get my momentum back? Keep making videos. If the question is about getting your momentum back, it's keep making videos.
Yeah. I mean, I know that sounds simple, but it is simple.
It's also frustrating.
Monetized in 5 days. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. I know it's frustrating to hear us just kind of give such a short little answer to that, but I've had some videos here at vidIQ. You can go find them that didn't perform very well, but I can't dwell on them. I have to go to the next video. I really have to focus on the next video. So sometimes I want to try something and it doesn't do super well. I got to move on. And so I know it's so difficult. And a lot of my a lot of my mental headspace goes to those moments of like, oh, I failed. And I have to dig myself out of it. But once I do, I'm just back to making videos, and yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, at a point like this, I know how I think, and I would be like, well, I wonder if YouTube does something specific. As soon as you get monetized, I wonder if it stops pushing your content as much or something. And I would overthink it, but the fact is that's not the case. It's just you got to keep going. Yeah. But I can sympathize for sure.
We have, oops, I had another one and I accidentally unstarted. I'm so sorry. Once that happens, I lose it. I apologize. There was a super chat and I cannot find it anymore. Oh, wait. I might find it. Hold on. It was a super sticker from RDRV. I thought it was gone. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you for your super sticker. We will go back. AIGN has sent us a number of super chats, and they say different various things like help me out and things like that. Keep watching the stream, take some notes. Appreciate your super chats, but we can answer specific questions, but we can't really review your channel based on super chats. Papo Redo says, I know super chat doesn't buy a review, but it's worth a try. I'm sorry, it doesn't buy a review. I'm Brazilian and I'm struggling after creating a hit of 37,000 views when I had just 200 subs. Now with 1.34, things seem way difficult now.
Yeah, unfortunately, without us seeing it, we couldn't tell you the details. But yeah, super chats, they don't buy a review.
Yeah, what I will say is that still make videos. Like, just because you get 37,000 views doesn't mean that's the bar for your channel now, right? That means you got 37,000 views on one video. Learn from that video, keep going. And it's so difficult to get a video that's up here and then have a video release later that's down here. I relate to that so hard, but you just gotta keep going. I'm sorry that hopefully your channel comes up in the random draw here in a minute. But yes, there's some other super chats here. I'm not sure what this one means. Use web version, but thank you, Asher.
Oh, he was. They were saying it was the YouTube app thing. The run out of memory. Wasn't that them?
Oh,
and
okay. That's even more interesting then.
Yeah, that is very weird. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, definitely look that up on like Reddit or Google. I upload and never get views on the videos. What's up? Keep watching the stream. Take some notes. Try to put yourself in the shoes of the creators we're looking at today. Naz says, I have an engineering YouTube channel and I want to start doing more storytelling in my videos. Do you have any general storytelling tips? Yes, John.
Yes. Okay. Oh man, so many. One thing that I can definitely say, man, I could go on and on. I do have a video about this though, for sure. When you're telling a story and you get to a certain part, okay, you open up a question like, okay, so I was doing this today and you'll never guess what happened. And I just opened up a question. And then as soon as I continue the story, I go into a little bit of detail and I get to the answer. So what happened was a bird pooped on my head. But then you'll never guess who saw. And like every time that you answer a question, you throw another but in there. Yes, but then it continues. It continues the curiosity loop. Now, one tip that I don't really tell a lot of people this because it's just the way that I do it. But if you're gonna want to tell a story and you don't know how to start it, say you want to make a video about a specific topic, then start your script with "So there I was." Just those 4 words. So there I was. And then just write exactly what happened. And when you get to a part that they're like, oh, okay, well, that's the end. You say, but no, oh, that's not the end. Yeah, because you're never going to guess what happened after that. And then you could continue,
Keep opening loops.
Keep opening.
There's a video we did. We interviewed Jenny Hoyos, who is all about this. She's the shorts queen. She gets 10 million views on so many of her shorts. And so we did this interview, how Jenny Hoyos actually makes viral shorts. So please go watch this. She covers a lot of these tips that John's giving and more on storytelling, because storytelling is how she gets her 10 million views per short. It is all storytelling in her own fashion there. So we're going to try and get through these really quick. And then I'm worried we won't be able to do any more super chats after this round of super chats. We have a lot of channels to get through. I set the screen size for shorts as specified by YouTube, but they keep uploading as regular videos unless it's from my phone. What am I doing wrong?
Is it over a minute?
If it's over a minute, it won't do it. It has to be under, just to be safe, be under 59 seconds. Shorter is better with shorts anyway, in a lot of cases. But yeah, if it's in the right time frame, I would look a little bit more closely at your resolution in your settings. But without seeing the content, I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what's going on there. You might set the resolution that you're recording in to be 9:16, but maybe you're still editing in a 16:9 window, and then you're rendering it so it has big black bars on it, but you haven't told your editing software, Premiere, for example, that you want to render it out in 9:16. And depending on what you use to edit, it's hard to answer that question. So definitely do some Googling on that one.
Yep.
I'm being tormented. If you're already monetized, should you focus on 8-minute videos or a little shorter, but more
succinct?
Yeah.
Basically.
Go ahead.
Videos should be as long as they need to be.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're gonna have to add fluff to get past that 8-minute mark, so you can do mid-roll ads, or I believe that's what it is. Oh, sorry. I thought you froze there for a second, Dan.
Nope.
No. Yeah. Don't add fluff. If you feel like you're adding stuff that's not necessary just to get to there, people will know. Like, they can sniff that out now. And the BS meter of the viewer, it's a lot smarter and stronger than people think now.
So AIGN with another super chat. Thank you so much. The Create Outdoors, reaching monetization soon. I was monetized way back in the day, but lost it after new rules. Will relinking my AdSense account cause any problems when I get monetized again? It shouldn't. I honestly broke some rules. Like you said they changed the rules, but I assume you mean around monetization and how you keep it. And nothing you did community wise. So as long as you didn't break any rules, you should be absolutely fine. But I'm not YouTube, so I can't say for sure. But it shouldn't. I don't see why it would be a problem. Holly Allison says, "Is it normal for YouTube to wait 3 to 4 days to push a vid?" It's happened. Especially if you're a smaller channel, I would say, like if you haven't kind of built up that community, that audience. Our videos, even the channel this size, go out first to the people who watch us the most, and then they build up from there. They'll go out to people who watch us sometimes, and then they'll go out to people who are brand new. So yeah, that can absolutely take a few days. I've had a video take off after months. I have a short on my channel that took exactly 1 year, and then it went just popped off. It was doing nothing, and it's exploded.
It's crazy. There's no solid, consistent answer to that question. Yeah, on my personal channel, it's a mix too. I mean, for a while there, the shorts would do that whole like 1,000 or 2,000 and then plateau. And then after a while, even that changed when that would happen and whatnot. It's totally unpredictable.
I've put up the banner that says new super chats may no longer be read. I want to get through these and I want to get back to some channels. So if you give a super chat after this point in the stream, we may end up missing it. I am so sorry. Jeep Psychology 101 became a new member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Enjoy your emotes. What is the best way to get public views? Short/long or streaming? Public views. Make sure your content is listed as public.
Oh yeah. Can't be private videos.
For one, but make content people want to watch. It can be shorts, can be longs. Shorts are a great way, I think, to start on YouTube anyway. Just you can kind of get a feel for uploading videos. They're nice and short, so the edit isn't super long, and YouTube pushes those differently than it pushes long form videos. But
and if your goal is monetization, then that might not be the best question to ask, because shorts views are going to be different than long form views as far as the amount that you're going to need. And if you're looking for watch time, I believe streaming is a really heavy hitter when it comes to watch time. If you start to get really good at it and have a lot to offer.
But you will build your stream by making shorts and long form content. So it really is about your goals and what you enjoy doing, honestly. Sutton Creek Productions gave us a super sticker. Thank you so much. Tech Time with Eric says, not sure why my phone messed up the previous message. I got lots of great information for you guys, and my channel has grown a lot last year. I figured there was something going on there, but either way, appreciate another super chat. You didn't have to do that, but thank you, Eric. Adrian, how do I get more public views? We just did answer that question, so thank you. Spectre Gaming and React says, I made a video back in November that got 15,000 views. Congrats. And I've been trying to recreate certain things about the video to get more views, but it doesn't work. Could have been a trending topic. Seasonal.
I was going to say, yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking the topic thing too.
But keep looking, start researching now. You've tried it. You tried to double down. That's great. You probably learned a lot in that process between November and now. Now try going out into YouTube and doing some more research on other outlier videos. If you have our tool installed in your browser, you can see, like as we've been showing today, little outlier chips showing you when a video really took off for a creator. You can learn a lot from those. Hunts Gaming Galaxy says, as a faceless, no commentary gaming channel, I struggle with retention. Started doing voiceovers and got a long form, and it seems to help. Thoughts? It sounds like you've started putting your personality more in the content, which is helping it stand out more, which is awesome. There are some cases I've seen where a gaming channel that doesn't do any commentary and doesn't have a face can work if they're doing what are called long play videos, but those are competitive, right? Because it's easy to just sit down and play a game quietly. You know, people like putting those on in the background sometimes, but the more personality you can put in your content, the better it's going to do. So I think that's awesome that you started doing that. And then second to last one here, I just recently started my channel and it has already far exceeded my expectations. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Crash Crunch.
Awesome.
Congratulations. And then one more new member here, Orgs. Appreciate you. All
Thanks,
right.
Orgs.
Memberships and super chats from here on out will not be read by us on stream, but we really do greatly appreciate you guys being here. We are going to get back into channels. We're going to do rapid fire channels in a second, but one quick thing here. If you've been hanging out in the stream for a while, you already know we are doing 50% off our boost plan. It's Creator Appreciation Week, which means the sale is going on from now until next Thursday. So check it out. 1 month of free one-on-one coaching is on the table for 5 of you who subscribe to our Boost membership during this live stream. So not only will you have vidIQ Boost by that point, but you will have access for a month to one of our one-on-one YouTube coaches. So check that out. Sign up using the links down below. The codes are here. Just Create for a monthly membership. Just Create -YR for an annual membership if you want to just do it with the code, or you can use the links down below to make it nice and easy. So thank you so much. They're in the description. And we will put the super chats may no longer be read here. And then, okay, now I'm going to put the pressure on John. John, when I started out, this was hard for me. This is not going to be an easy thing to do. But we are going to do rapid fire channel audits. Okay. So here's what I mean by that, and here's how it works. We're using the forums again. If you've submitted on the forum, we're going back to that. We're going to pick with the claw. When a channel comes up, you must pass 4 trials to get a full channel review. Okay. Number 1 is channel focus. If we feel like your channel focus is off, we are going to tell you, sorry, your channel focus, we don't really understand your channel. That's what you need to work on. Then we're going to go to the next channel. But if we get your channel focus right away, gardening channel, got it. We're going to look at your thumbnails. If we get hung up on your thumbnails, like, oh, your thumbnails aren't quite making the mark for us, we're going to give you a bit of thumbnail advice, and we're going to move to the next channel. But if your thumbnails impress us, we're going to look at your titles. And we're going to say, dang, these titles, not it. I would change this, this, and this, and then we'll move on to the next channel. If your titles impress us, though, we will go into your video. We're going to study the hook. We tend to get through a lot of channels this way, and we're going to try this out. So, John, are you ready for rapid fire channel reviews?
I'm ready.
Okay, well, I'm not, because I got to get the claw and everything set up. Okay, so 655 non-gaming channels. We'll start there. If your channel gets picked and you get caught in the rapid fire, we get hung up on channel focus. I know that can be frustrating, but please know, we would just hang up on it for a really long time anyway. Okay, 303.
That's a band.
Painting. We'll come over here. We'll come over here. All right. So, Diamond Painting Yoteun. I don't know if I'm saying that right at all. Channel focus, John.
It looks like some sort of crafts, like crafts. Diamond painting. Yeah, I don't know. What do you call these beads? Something?
They're like bead art or something. Okay,
bead
thumbnails.
Art. Thumbnails. I mean, you're showing exactly what needs to be shown. Maybe get a little closer on some things. Yeah, sorry.
Sometimes it's not super clear. This is probably my favorite one. Your thumbnails are certainly consistent, but sometimes it just looks like a still that was grabbed at a bad angle, and I don't really know what's happening. So I'm going to say thumbnails, and just because I can see them and it's kind of obvious. Thumbnails and titles for this channel are going to be where they want to focus, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It looks like you have a really awesome skill set here, but you're not quite packaging the content in a way that makes it clear to a viewer what they're going to get.
Yep. And the one that Dan picked out, it has a lot of negative space in the back that really opens up what you're actually looking at. And more of these others, there's a lot going on. It's very busy.
So there we go. You got to our second trial there. We will pick another channel, this time a non-gaming channel, 504 gaming channels to choose from.
Pew, 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 pew.
436.
I don't have a gunshot sound.
Okay, we don't need to be demonetized. RoloVR. I'm going to assume a VR channel. In the name. They have 4 long form videos. They did tell us they are focused on long form videos.
Okay, I see gorilla tag. I see a picture of a gorilla that doesn't really have much to do with VR. But I mean, the title or the name of the channel is VR. So if I didn't know what gorilla tag was, then I wouldn't quite know what was going on here.
The channel focus is gorilla tag, so I will give them that. But once again, I'm hung up on thumbnails. And titles, packaging in general. Not really sure when we're going to get video after video. It looks like you were very excited to get on someone's live stream, but you know, it's time to bring some value to an audience that you want to build. So let's focus on thumbnails, titles, and topics. Let's really focus on go into gorilla tag spaces and try and figure out what are people watching who enjoy this kind of content. Okay, back to the form. 660 non-gaming channels. Sorry, I don't have a lot of music today. When we use music, it tends to get kind of garbled. So I didn't want to, but sometimes it feels like we need dramatic music. 75. Okay. No, the golden mindset. I think we've seen this channel before.
I see Mr. Beast's banner.
yes, Mr. Beast banner. We've definitely given this channel some advice before. I kind of know that their channel focus is already there. That we'd say their thumbnails are pretty clear. Understand what's happening. Titles are clear.
Yep.
I don't remember what we said to this channel before. I think they were talking about historical events and things like that, and we were saying that there's kind of maybe the channel focus wasn't. I don't know. I can't remember what we said before. I feel like we gave this channel a really nice deep dive last time. So because we did see this channel recently, like I actively remember at least that much, I will go to the forum. We'll go to the next one. I apologize if you feel like we probably should.
I did see that they jumped onto some more current stuff like the Sora AI. So you know, I don't know if only talking history was the goal.
I will say that thumbnail on that one was good. Like
it was
the comparison. Elon Musk and then like an animated version. It was really quite striking.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Okay, 452. We'll go to a gaming channel. 453. Okay, TheNebulaScrolls. I wanted to say scrolls there.
I see Scrolls, SRO in the
SCRO.
Yeah, no, but the
Wait.
tag.
Oh,
the tag doesn't have the C in it. The TheNebulaScrolls. That's why it was a little.
Okay, number one. It doesn't matter. Channel focus. Now they say they do Bethesda and Skyrim content, and
I see a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
They did some in Minecraft, but I understand that, and that would have done really well for them. Thumbnails.
They could be less busy, maybe focusing on a main point that would be recognizable. Even the dudes that are sitting in the thrones, there's a lot going on because it's all the same color. Maybe kind of work on that and make it pop out.
They're getting a lot of views on some of these down here too. It's really awesome to see. I want to hang up on thumbnails for a sec, just because that, like John said, they need some work. Like for this one, for example, it did good, but like look how almost impossible it is to see the person in the foreground. The background is brighter than them. Like you really want to make sure that doesn't happen, you know? So a lot of work to do there. But I'm going to say, because the views they're getting and because the clarity is there and it's resonating with such an audience, I'm going to jump straight to Hook, and I want to watch this hour-long video that's doing so well for them. Not the whole hour though.
Okay.
Welcome
just
to
like
the
half.
adventures of John Jonathan. He is a recently retired member of the Pentis Oculatus and now seeks to build an empire of his own. Thanks to the exceptional work of Skyrim modders, I am able to make this a reality. Starting a mining business to produce weapons for my army. Building a farm to feed my forces. Founding my own town as a place for my armies to stay and resupply. Building my own castle and becoming Jarl of the city around it to show my power. And finally, going to war with the Jarls of Skyrim to take my place as High King.
It did pause on me. That wasn't me. But okay, I see what they did here. It's the full series. They did the series, and they've done what I've been suggesting to gaming channels when you do something like this, combine it into one long video.
Yeah.
And you're going to find this performs better than the entire series. You can already see, based on our tools here, that they are going well above now what they would typically get on a video.
Yep.
So this is awesome to see. Congratulations to you. And thank you for using the strategy. I promote this a lot. It works in specific cases, and you have the specific case here. The intro is perfect. No remarks from me there. You explained what's happening, but you did it in the storytelling fashion.
Yeah.
You explained it's a mod, and you're going to do all these things. I'm excited. I would watch more of this.
Yep. I like the shot of the castle. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I loved all the B-roll. Hey, excellent work. Look, you made it through all of our trials there. If you want
appropriate.
There we go. If you want to see these tools yourself, make sure to download our tool and put it in your browser choice, Edge, Firefox, Chrome. You can dig deeper into other people's videos and spy on them. Okay. So we will do another rapid fire channel. We'll get back to non-gaming, 675 on that form. 262. Avianord? I don't know if I'm saying that right at all. Music and
this would be funny if it's another Skyrim because Nord.
Like, well, they would have posted on the wrong form if that was the case.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they said gaming, or not gaming, sorry. They said they do music and animation. Okay. Channel focus.
The banner could have said that a little, because even now I'm not exactly sure that that's what's going on the channel.
So we do have to read the about section, I think, to get, if we just wanted an overview.
Hey, Reaper gang. I also use Reaper to mix my audio.
Standby. I don't know what that is.
Stand by me when you're not strong.
Well, okay, you're going to get us a copyright strike if you do that. Okay. All right. So
it's not even the right. Nope, I said it wrong anyway. Lean on me.
Okay. I think the channel focus is there. It seems like they're uploading the same kind of content. But where I'm hung up is the thumbnails and the titles. I'm not really sure. They said animation and music, and it felt like a gaming channel to me.
Yeah, same.
Lo-fi beats to relax and study to. So like this one, I would say lo-fi beats music videos are supposed to be a lot longer. Like it's hard to relax and study when you have 4 minutes later you have to change the song.
I mean, I see like the EQ bars popping up when you like hover over one. Why not put some of that in the thumbnail itself? That give a little cue that's. I don't see the word music. Oh, okay, I see it.
That's a good point.
I see it once. Yeah.
Right, but the thumbnail could have communicated that too.
Yeah.
I think we should go to the next one. Because I want to say it's titles, it's thumbnails, especially the older ones here. I think you're being a little more descriptive, but definitely look out there and see what other channels are doing. If you want to do animations and music and things like that, my advice to you would be to jump onto trending topics and then using your animation skills and stuff like and your skills of making music. Try to make a version of what's trending, on your channel, like, and do that for a bit, practice a little bit. But that is one very great way I've seen animation channels get discovered is by jumping on trends.
You do have an overarching style, which is really cool and unique. So, don't give that up.
100%. We will go to a gaming channel now. 533. And it is 155. Transcend Gaming 13. I'm posting quizzes and stuff on. This is a flight simulator. I just forgot the exact name of it. I think it's Roblox too.
Pickle Treasure.
Treasure.
Pickle Treasure Flight Simulator.
Okay. I don't think that's it. I'm hung up on channel focus, John. I don't know about you, but
yeah, it's. I was feeling the same. Is there a banner on this channel or
no?
Maybe that would definitely help. Pilot training. Sorry, not Pickle Treasure.
Oh, you were close.
I was close.
It looks like they have a couple videos that really just went wild for them. And if you were depicting like real events that happened, but like in this game, I mean, maybe there's not a lot of these to go off of, but are there any other real life planes and takeoffs and landings and stuff you can show using this game?
The Ryanair versus Emirates landing, and then if you scroll up, they redid it in a different way, like at the very top. Yeah. I don't know if it's because of the real images, like that probably helped.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, but I can tell that they were trying to do something similar.
Yeah. I am stuck on channel focus. It feels like you want to do stuff about airplanes. Your content took off when it didn't look like video game content on the surface.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to say channel focus is still like where this channel should probably figure some things out, because they mentioned quizzes, which doesn't really fit to me. Look and see what other people are doing in the PTFS, space. Roblox is very popular. There's going to be other creators covering this for sure, and see what's sticking out to you, and if you can bring your own spin to it. Next up. Wait, what are you laughing at?
I was laughing at Pickle Treasure still.
Oh.
You can just ignore me.
209 on the non-gaming forum. A lot of folks who submitted early. They say their channel focus is storytelling. They have 2,500 subscribers. Storytelling about what is the question? So we are asking the question of channel focus once again. Welcome to the world where stories come alive. So I'm seeing some thumbnails that
thrillers
look like they're AI generated. Yeah, definitely seem like suspense and stuff like that.
I mean, I see horror story written a lot. I mean, it kind of seems obvious.
Okay.
That's what they're doing.
Thumbnails.
Man, I might be biased on this, because like when it comes to like some types of AI generated, I'm like not about it. And then some of them are really cool, like that knife one. That obviously that catches attention big time. I think that's a knife through the YouTube logo. I don't know. I'm iffy on it. I don't know.
I mean,
I think they get the point across, though, I guess.
Right. I'm an advocate of using AI as like a tool to assist you. So you can definitely take an image you get and use it as a thumbnail, I suppose. But this thumbnail would have been 100 times better had you gotten this image and then you used a real YouTube logo. You took it and edited the image yourself, and tweaked it a little bit so that, because it's like AI tried to make a YouTube logo, but it just got confused, as it does sometimes, especially like when it comes to copyrighted media. It's going to be a little more hesitant. So you could have added that, and you could have combined your talents with the AI thumbnail. And I would say that's probably something you want to consider doing, especially for more recognizable imagery.
Yeah. I mean, like they're storytellers, right? So that zombie family member that's AI generated, but does that not give the impression of what they're talking about? It's pretty well done. So what's going to turn you away from that thumbnail?
Right. I'm going to move on to titles then. Zombie family member. So we have Nick Hine, who we heard from earlier via super chats. We've audited their channel before, and they tell stories, right? They write a lot of stories. They're like 40 minutes long, and they're kind of like sci-fi, right? Now, I bring them up because you're telling a lot of stories too. I think a big difference, I could be wrong, because Nick, it's been a while since I've seen your channel, so I apologize if I'm getting this wrong, but I think Nick does a lot of stories that are like part of a series, right? So,
oh yeah,
people get like hooked to watching and listening to these stories because they're going to be part of a series or a larger universe or something like that. Each one of these videos, it's a decent length and everything, but maybe people hear one that they like. Maybe there's some kind of like series that you could do, perhaps.
I could see a channel like this becoming the new, like, YouTube's Goosebumps. You remember those books, the Goosebumps books?
Yeah.
They had a very specific style that I thought was really cool.
Yeah, the one thing I will caution is now that YouTube has these new AI toggles on your uploads, definitely don't misrepresent those. Like, use those appropriately. If you have synthetic content, make sure you mark it as such. I don't know how much of the content, I haven't clicked on any videos. I don't know how much is like AI generated or anything like that. But yeah, that is what I would say. We can move on to Hook if you want to listen for a sec and see what it sounds like.
Sure.
Stepped into the eerie world of cannibal smiths, where an ordinary couple life takes a dark turn after inheriting a mysterious house. Little did they know it conceals a secret that will change their sanity, uncovering the chilling tale of...
I don't
that
think
was a
that's,
hook.
yeah, I don't think that's
I mean,
AI either.
No, I don't think so.
I think that's a real person with an incredible knack for lighting.
Yeah, that's crazy looking. You know, we're not trying to do this, but just a quick tip. I would add a little bit of motion to those images. Just, you know, start at scale 100 and scale it up to 105 at the end of it. So it just slowly creeps in, or do the opposite and slowly creep back. Yeah, just still images. It keeps things a little stagnant, but yeah, as far as the hook, it was there. You know, little did they know that this, you know, it's great.
Yeah, excellent work. So yeah, we give you some advice there. You know, blown away. I was not expecting the content to look like that when I clicked on it. So well done there.
Yeah, but now look at the profile picture. Now it kind of, it's like, oh yeah,
now
it kind of makes sense.
I didn't know what that was. I thought it was a cat.
I thought it was like some sort of.
I didn't see that as a beard, so I just thought, oh, is that like a cat in the dark or something?
Something with a turtleneck, like a cat with a turtleneck.
Yeah, sorry, I just like cats. Okay, now it is. Like I said, it is Creator Appreciation Week. If you've been watching this live stream, you sign up for a Boost account, you could win a month of one-on-one coaching. 5 of you can win this if you purchase Boost right now during this live stream, which is basically come to an end. You can get 50% off Boost, though, by using the code JustCreate at checkout, or just create YR for an annual plan, -YR. You can use the links down below if you don't like typing in promo codes. I get it. So yeah, Boost, we showed you a whole bunch of tools today and how they can help you with your channel. Depending on what you're doing, there's something for everybody. Get the extension. It's going to put stuff all over YouTube that's really valuable to you. You can use our app and you can dive in even more. And, you know, it can help you actually generate ideas for your content, start helping you write scripts, all that fun stuff. So there you go. That is us kicking off Creator Appreciation Week. We have another one of these live streams next Thursday. It's not going to be this late in the day, though. It's going to be, I don't quote me on this, but I believe more in the afternoon. I'm not even going to give a specific time because I think we're still getting it all figured out. Special guest, going to be a lot of fun. So please do join us for that. And yeah, we're going to be talking about Creator Appreciation Week between now and next Thursday. So check it out. We'll be back tomorrow with a video, Monday with a video, Tuesday with another live stream, Thursday with a live stream. John, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
How's Rob doing?
I guess the camera turned off. See, it's not there anymore.
You were trying to check on him. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can see my hands and stuff, but
okay.
Nope.
Well, yeah.
Every time I go back to it, there's confetti.
Thank you, everybody. Be sure to show appreciation to your favorite creators who we talked about earlier. Leave them a comment. Tell them that they did, you know, awesome work. Tell them you enjoyed their videos. A positive comment goes a really long way. And that's it. I'm going to end it there. We'll see you all next time.
Oh no!